Good morning, class. Today we begin Chapter 3, Nazism and the Rise of Hitler. This chapter is both fascinating and tragic. It helps us understand how one man, Adolf Hitler, and one ideology, Nazism, changed the course of world history. We will explore how Germany's defeat in World War I led to anger and instability, how Hitler used that situation to rise to power, and how his rule brought destruction, suffering, and war. Before we dive in, let's take a quick look at what we'll be learning in this chapter. First, we'll see what Germany looked like after the First World War, how the Treaty of Versailles changed everything. Then, we'll explore the Weimar Republic, Germany's first attempt at democracy, and why it failed. Next, we'll study the Great Depression, which created the perfect opportunity for Hitler's rise. We'll then understand what Nazi ideology was, how it spread through propaganda, and how it affected everyday life in Germany. Finally, we'll talk about the Holocaust, one of the darkest chapters in human history, and reflect on its lessons. When World War I ended in 1918, Germany faced a national disaster. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, punished Germany severely. It had to give up large territories, pay enormous war reparations, and accept full responsibility for the war. This treaty caused deep humiliation among Germans. They felt betrayed by their leaders and angry at the Allies. Poverty, unemployment, and political chaos became part of daily life. The stage was being set for the rise of extremist ideas. In 1919, a new democratic government was formed, the Weimar Republic. It promised freedom, elections, and equality, but soon it faced enormous challenges. The economy collapsed. Prices of basic items like bread rose so fast that people carried money in wheelbarrows. Unemployment grew. Different political groups, the communists and the conservatives, constantly fought for power. Many Germans began to believe that democracy had failed. They started looking for a strong leader who could restore order and pride. In 1929, the world was hit by a massive economic crisis known as the Great Depression. Factories shut down, businesses failed, and millions of people lost their jobs. Germany, already weak, suffered the most. Families went hungry, people lost homes, and many began to lose hope in the future. It was in this atmosphere of despair that Hitler and the Nazi Party gained attention. He promised jobs, stability, and national pride, things people were desperate for. Adolf Hitler was a powerful speaker who knew how to use emotion and anger. He joined the German Workers' Party, later renamed it the National Socialist German Workers' Party or the Nazi Party. Through fiery speeches, he blamed the Treaty of Versailles, Jews, and communists for Germany's suffering. His promises of unity and greatness made him extremely popular. In 1933, he became chancellor, and by 1934, he declared himself the Führer, the supreme leader of Germany. Nazi ideology was based on extreme nationalism and racism. Hitler believed that Germans, whom he called Aryans, were a superior race destined to rule the world. Jews, communists, and others were seen as enemies. Nazis rejected democracy and glorified war. They wanted to expand German territory to build a powerful empire. These dangerous ideas shaped the Nazi state and justified cruelty in the name of national pride. To control people's minds, the Nazis used massive propaganda. Joseph Goebbels, the Minister of Propaganda, ensured that every newspaper, radio show, and film praised Hitler. Children were trained from a young age to obey Nazi ideals. Boys in the Hitler Youth, girls in the League of German Girls. Education was twisted to spread racist ideas. No one could question the government. Censorship was total. Life under Nazi rule was one of fear and obedience. The secret police, called the Gestapo, spied on everyone. Anyone who opposed the government was arrested, tortured, or killed. Women were forced to leave jobs and encouraged to have many children. To serve the nation, education was designed to shape loyal citizens who never questioned Hitler. Individual freedom was completely destroyed. Hitler blamed Jews for all of Germany's troubles. In 1935, the Nuremberg Laws took away Jewish citizenship and banned marriage between Jews and non-Jews. Jewish businesses were boycotted, families were harassed, and many were sent to concentration camps. Later, the Nazis planned what they called the final solution, the complete extermination of Jews. This policy led to one of the worst genocides in human history. The Holocaust, meaning total destruction, was the mass murder of 6 million Jews and millions of others. Men, women, and children were sent to camps where they were starved, tortured, and killed in gas chambers. When World War II ended, the world discovered the horrifying evidence of Nazi crimes. The Holocaust remains a permanent scar on human history and a warning about where hate can lead. Hitler's dreams of empire led to the outbreak of World War II in 1939. Germany invaded Poland, France, and the Soviet Union, but soon faced defeat. As Allied forces entered Berlin in 1945, Hitler committed suicide. Nazi Germany collapsed. The war ended, but at the cost of millions of lives. After the war, Nazi leaders were tried in the Nuremberg trials for crimes against humanity. Germany was divided into 4 zones, controlled by the Allied powers. The horrors of Nazi rule inspired global movements for human rights, democracy, and equality. This chapter reminds us that intolerance and blind obedience can destroy entire nations, and that protecting democracy is everyone's duty. Before we close, here are some key terms you should remember. Nazism, the ideology that glorified the German race. Propaganda, spreading biased information to influence people. Holocaust, the genocide of Jews and others under Nazi rule. Understanding these words helps you understand how ideas can both build and destroy societies. Society. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed our journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe our channel for more videos.